2014 Selects versus the Minnesota Mavericks, 2014 AAA team. The Mavericks train out of Shattuck St. Mary in Faribault, Minnesota. Couldn't find a lot about this team online in terms of game results or a roster. So we'll see what we get. Yesterday, SDP fell to the Lakers 2014 Gold team by a score of 6-5. Our boys took a 2-0 lead in the first period, gave up 6 goals in the second period. Rallied late, but ultimately fell by a 1-goal margin. Format in this tournament is a 4-team pool. Each team plays the other 3 teams in their pool once. The top 2 teams play in the championship game tomorrow, and the lower 2 teams play in the third place game tomorrow. Given the 1 loss already on the ledger for SDP, I would say we have to win both of our games today to secure a spot in the championship game. That will be challenging given the level of competition we'll be playing, but they have to play us too. Sure, my camera's ready for both ends of the ice. I did lose the perch that I had yesterday. The Mavericks video guy beat me to it. He offered to share it, but we both call the games and sometimes get loud, so I agreed to move over here. Hopefully everybody has a good view. And we're ready to go. Let's play hockey. Puck is on the ice. Maverick Johnson's once again centering Haley and Purdue. We have Schmidt and Price at the points. Johnson applying initial pressure in the Maverick zone. Price takes loose puck, sends it up ahead. Purdue takes it away. Backhand flip, but didn't get much on it, trying to send it to Johnson. Zoom in a little more. Mavericks coming back the other way, 2-on-1 opportunity. Attacker Schmidt breaks that up. Puck goes behind, loose behind the net. Mavericks player sends it into the skates of an SDP player, gets out ahead to Haley. Haley up ahead, all alone with the goaltender, and he shoots it well high and right of the goal. Johnson to Purdue. Purdue back to Haley, down the corner. Mavericks take it away, going the other direction, sending it in. Looks like they did not get the red line before sending it in, and icing will be the call. SDP changes all 5, bringing out Jackal, Luke Jackal centering Keegan Green and Talon Hiscari. Henry Graff at the left point. JJ Beeler, the other blue liner for SDP. Mavericks get a loose puck in front of the net. Beeler's able to knock it away and send it to the corner. Hiscari over to Green. Green looking, skating, taking it into the Maverick zone and sending it down behind the goal. Jackal goes to battle for it. Hiscari picks it up on the wall. His shot was blocked by a stick of the Mavericks. Didn't get a lot on it, and the goaltender covers for a whistle. 15-13 to go in period number 1. SDP changes again, bringing out Scribner, Roysam, and Mertz, along with Ogborn, and I'm going to assume Snyder. There's Ogborn with a shot, low shot, and we scored! That's an SDP goal, striking first. I know that was a helper for Ogborn. Scribner goes through the bench first. I'm going to say he scored the goal. And Ogborn with the assist, 76. He should know this one. We appreciate Mike doing our scorekeeping on the app so that you can see at home who scored and the parents get their clips. And here goes Ogborn again. He was one of the few SDP players that did not get on the score sheet yesterday. That's a little unusual. We had 11 players have points yesterday. There's Ogborn again with a shot. It was loose for a moment. Goaltender covered it, got the glove on it. Good pressure for SDP in period number 1. So SDP had 11 of the 15 skaters yesterday tally points in some capacity. Really well balanced with the scoring and assists. Mavericks get a zone exit. Gain the SDP zone, coming in with a shot that goes up and into the net. That deflected off of the glove of Severson. Johnson wins the draw, backhands it, but the Mavericks take that away, shoot it high and wide up off the glass. Purdue walls off the Mavericks skater. Johnson sends the puck ahead to Haley. Haley making moves, shoots. It was loose. Rebound shot goes wide. Haley sends it to the crease. The Mavericks send it back out to the wall. Purdue backhands it up the wall. Maverick Johnson of SDP fighting with the Mavericks. The Mavericks come out with it. They gain the SDP zone, go down to the wall. Tacker Schmidt, good physical play, battling. And there's a pass to the high slot, and the Mavericks shooter fanned on it. Fortunate break for us. Step up, boys, step up, get a body on him. That was an issue yesterday in the second period when we gave up 7 goals. It was just giving up too much free ice and allowing grade A shots. Puck goes out of the SDP zone. SDP changes. Mavericks regroup in their own end. Breaking out cleanly. Gaining the SDP zone yet again. Henry Graff steps up and the shot goes low. Severson with the pad save. There's a slashing call. That's going to go against the Minnesota Mavericks. And SDP's going to the power play. 12:42 to go in period number 1. 2 minutes of power play time. Man advantage for SDP with Jackal, Hiscari, and Green starting out, along with Graff and Beeler. Mavericks send it around the boards. They ice the puck, which they are allowed to do. Playing NHL style rules, or old style rules as they call it in the rule book. Billy from the bench telling the boys to stop stick handling and move the puck. Keegan Green does that, moves it ahead to Graff, but the Mavericks send it right back in. Beeler collects it behind his own net, pushes it over to the corner for Graff. Graff up ahead to Jackal. Jackal moves it to Green onto the tape. He gains the Maverick zone, pivots, looking for someone. Pivots again, sends it into the skates of the Mavericks. Now sends it around behind the goal, over into the far corner. Jackal sends it back around the goal. Mavericks get an exit. SDP changing. Ogborn and Snyder now on the ice. Keegan Green dumps it in. Mertz and Scribner have taken the ice. We have 20 seconds left on the power play. Snyder dumps it in. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Snyder holds his own, shoots high right into the helmet of the Mavericks defenseman. And the goaltender covers. We've had an inadvertent horn bump from the timekeeper. 4 seconds remaining on the power play. The Mavericks bench having an animated discussion with the officials. They, on the previous shift, thought that the puck came out and back in and there was not missed offsides call. I don't know if that's exactly what they're discussing now. But now it appears that one of the Mavericks coaches is being told he's no longer welcome in this game. And less than 7 minutes into the first period, we have an ejected coach. And a Mavericks skater going over to serve a bench minor. Official here helping the puck keeper with the call. We have 4 seconds remaining on the original slashing penalty and 2 minutes now for the bench minor. So a brief 5-on-3, now 5-on-4 for the next minute 54 seconds. There's Mertz. Mertz up to Price. Price with a shot off of the Mavericks skater. Mavericks control it, pushing it down into the SDP zone. They get walled off. Joshua Price moves it ahead off the stick of Roysum. Mavericks send it right back in. Price, another attempt to exit. He gets through into neutral ice, gains the red line, tries to send it in, sends it right to the Mavericks. They send it right to the skates of Roysum. Now up ahead to Scribner. Haley has taken the ice in place of Micah. Mertz tries to make a move, has it knocked away. Mavericks ice the puck again. Clear it, I should say. Schmidt over to Haley. Haley behind both Maverick Johnson and Purdue. Mavericks dump it in again. SCP's been unable to get much possession or much of a threat offensively with 4 minutes of 5-on-4 hockey. Mavericks just continue to send it back into the SDP zone. Joshua Price pushes it ahead right to a Mavericks skater. Purdue backhand out of the reach of Haley. Schmidt sends it right back to the Mavericks. They move it wide. Dump it in. 8 seconds remaining. Schmidt sends it right back to the Mavericks. Now Mavericks Johnson takes it away, moves it over to Haley. Haley turns with a shot attempt that's blocked. Purdue picks it up, fires it to Johnson. Johnson with a shot, loose puck, still loose in front of the crease. The Mavericks take it away and are able to exit, get into neutral ice. There's Graf making a move, getting it to Purdue. Purdue carries it in, back to Graf, and it deflects wide. Maverick Johnson up ahead to Haley. Haley falls to the ice. Maverick Johnson takes it away. Haley goes down to the corner, sends it around. Purdue gets to the boards, holds the puck. Mavericks take it away, moving it up ahead past Beeler. That goes in off of a stick, so no icing. Graf up ahead. That was a rolling puck that Maverick Johnson was unable to handle. Sorry if the camera drifted up and you weren't able to see that. Green now to Hiscari. Hiscari to Maverick Johnson. Maverick Johnson driving ahead. He gets pulled down, no call. Now the Minnesota Mavericks pulling it out of their own zone, gaining the SDP zone. Snyder drives it out wide to the corner and goes over to battle for it, pinning his man to the boards. Snyder up to Hiscari. Hiscari too wide for Green or Jackal. Snyder is able to get a clear, get it out to neutral ice. Mavericks still control it. And they dump it in. Snyder has his pass blocked by the leg pad of the Mavericks. Ogborn sends it out. Too many passes by SDP are going right to the Mavericks skaters. There's a shot and a glove save by Severson. 6:27 to go in period number one. We have a stoppage and both teams will change all five. SDP initially wins the draw. Mavericks take it away and send it into the corner. Tackerschmidt has it taken away there. Mavericks pivoting. There's a mess of bodies in front of the net. Now a shot. Saved by Severson. Mavericks with a grade A opportunity from the high slot, and Severson flashes the leather. Scribner now wins the draw. Tied up against the boards, two on each side, fighting for the puck. Scribner comes out with it, moves it around to Royston. Royston backhand in the direction of Mertz. Mertz unable to get it out. Now Royston with another attempt to get it out. It goes up in the air, fluttering. The Mavericks pick it up in the slot and turned away by the stick of Severson down to the corner. Now it goes up to the point. It goes down low. And Severson seals the post and makes another key save for SDP. Five and a half minutes to go in the first. Maverick Johnson taking the draw, goes up to the left point of the Mavericks. It comes in, gets deflected, and goes wide of the net. That redirect was dangerous. Now Henry Graf exits with speed, gains the Maverick zone, coming in, shoots from a sharp angle. Beeler sends it down to the corner where Purdue goes in on the forecheck. Now it goes over to the other side where the Mavericks are able to get it. Looked like they got it out. Beeler held it briefly. Now it's going all the way down into the SDP end. That's going to be an icing call. And we will go back down for an offensive zone draw. Come out with the puck off of the draw, coming through neutral ice, moving it up ahead. Now back out to neutral ice. Henry Graff fighting for the puck down below his own goal line. Maverick Johnson joins in support. Puck comes back down to the near boards. Haley picks it up there. Puck got away from him. Two Mavericks skaters collide. SDP changing defensemen, or at least one of them. Graff goes off for Ogborn. And we have a whistle for what? I'm not sure. I saw that there was a skater from each team tied up and on top of each other at center ice. That was Purdue from SDP, and I'm not sure if that led to the stoppage. But now a D-zone draw for SDP. Luke Jackal taking it. Shot from the point. Save. Severson goes down low. Now goes to the corner. Ogborn battling for it there. Keegan Green takes it briefly. Now the Mavericks take it away. Luke Jackal going down low. Backhands to Keegan Green. Keegan Green to Jackal. Jackal driving into the Maverick zone, down the wall, leaves a drop pass for Hiscari, who sends it down low for Jackal. Jackal up front. Nobody there except for the Mavericks, who get it back out to neutral ice and now gain the SDP zone. Snyder going down, fighting for it in the corner, sends it to Jackal. Jackal up the wall, through neutral ice, into the Maverick zone. Makes a move to his forehand side and a shot that goes off of the pad of the goaltender. Mavericks take it out. Fan on a pass attempt. Push it out to neutral ice. Scribner with a big physical play, knocking the Mavericks skater to the ice. Puck goes to Ogborn. Ogborn moving it through neutral ice. Looked like Scribner was out ahead of him, possibly offside, but the officials deem it good. Now puck going back the other way. Mavericks gain the zone. Pad saves Severson. There's a dangerous rebound that sat out front for a moment, but got swept away. Pushing and shoving along the boards. Oh, and that's a high hit into the head of Keegan Green, and that's going to be a call. That's an elbow to the head. You can hear the Mavericks parents to my left loudly taking exception and telling the officials to let them play. For the most part, the officials have been allowing physical play, but that one crossed the line and they will spend 2 minutes in the sin bin. Power play SDP. Royson taking the puck in the corner, skating it around behind the goal. Back up to the point to Schmidt. Schmidt pushes it back down the wall. Schmidt gets it into Mertz for a moment off of his stick. Now it goes over to the near wall. Mavericks are able to get it clear all the way down. And Schmidt retreats, takes it behind his own goal, moves it up ahead. Mertz banks it ahead. Mavericks hold the SDP zone. Stick fighting there. Mavericks parents want a penalty there. That was just regular stick fighting and a player fell down. Mavericks get a shot off that goes high and wide. Now here comes Scribner. Scribner making moves through neutral ice. He's got Mertz with him. He gets it to Mertz! Oh, and Mertz tried to go to the backhand. Wasn't able to get the shot off. And then the pass back to Graff, streaking off of the bench. Comes out and all the way down. Now into the Maverick zone. Purdue going in on the forecheck. Backhands it to the crease, but nobody's there. Severson plays the Mavericks clear to Graff. Graff flying with speed. He comes through neutral ice, gains the zone, makes a move, gets it to Purdue, and the Mavericks take it away. 12 seconds remaining on the SDP power play. Sorry about that. Tripod decided to have an earthquake. Maverick Johnson making a move. The penalty is expired. Minnesota Mavericks are back at full strength. There's a pass from Maverick Johnson to Haley. Haley tried to get a shot off. That was blocked by a defender's stick. Purdue with a heavy hit, creating a loose puck that the Mavericks secure. And what's the call here? Now they're going to call Purdue for the check. Coach Billy had his hands in the air for a moment, not understanding that call as Purdue went through the body playing the puck, but body checking is the call. And with 33 seconds remaining in period number 1, there's a power play goal for the Mavericks right off the draw. Won the draw, fired it low, glove side, beat Severson, and that ties the game at 1 apiece. .5 remaining. Now here the Mavericks go again. They are gaining the SDP zone, moving it over, and they score. Mike, do you have those? Rush attempt by the Mavericks. Nice passing play. Beating Severson again, and in a period where SDP had a 1-0 lead for much of the period and a number of power play opportunities, they will go to the second down 2-1. Boys break the huddle, come out, begin the second period. Story of the first period was 3 SDP power plays where we got very few shot attempts, very little offense. And not taking advantage of those cost us as we gave up 2 goals within the last minute of the first period. Second period is a new one, 17 minutes on the clock, puck is on the ice. Mavericks dump it into the SDP zone. Now it's moved up ahead. Scribner trying to get it towards Mertz. Now Royson takes it. Scribner gains his own. Mertz. And interference is going to be the call against the Mavericks, and SDP's going back to the power play. actually see what happened as it was away from the puck, but it was something as an SDP player was trying to get through neutral ice. Scribner wins it to Schmidt, dumps it down into the corner. Royson picks it up there, makes a move, coming around, back up to the point. Price. Over to Schmidt. Schmidt dumps it in. Back up to the point to Schmidt. Now Royson. Royson with a shot. That is saved by the goaltender. Whistle at 16:03 to go in the second period. 1:31 remaining on the SDP power play. SDP will change all five, bringing out Johnson, Purdue, Haley, Beeler, Graff. I like the chances of getting a power play goal from this group. Purdue controlling into the corner, backhand to Haley. Haley turns, shoots it, or passes it wide left into the corner. Haley picks it up at the blue line, carries it in. The Mavericks dump it out. It gets past Graff. Now they have a rush opportunity. Graff with physical defense erases the Mavericks skater. Now comes out to the high slot and a shot and a save by Severson. SDP changes all five again with 50 seconds remaining on the power play. Now Jackal taking the draw. The Mavericks win it. Shot and off of the blocker of Severson down low. Snyder up ahead to Hiscari. Mavericks control the puck, take it through neutral ice, dump it in. Snyder in the corner. Jackal takes the loose puck. He's gaining speed through neutral ice, moves it up to Keegan Green. Keegan Green dumps it in, down low. Now Hiscari with the loose puck, a shot! And it sits loose for a moment. Pleasantries exchanged in front of the net. 8 seconds remaining on the man advantage. 14:40 to go in the second. Mavericks win the draw down to the corner and wrap it around. Snyder to Ogborn. Ogborn carries it in. Mavericks take it away. They're going the other way with numbers. There's a low shot, a rebound, sitting loose. Keegan Green takes it away. Mavericks skater had collided with Severson. They were both laying on the ice. Now SDP in the Maverick zone. Green trying to get it to center. Now it's blocked. Scribner battling along the boards. Scribner picks it up. Shoves the Mavericks player to the ice to take the loose puck. The Mavericks parents are furious of the no call. And icing is the call. .13:31 to go in the second. SDP wins the draw. Price with a shot just goes wide. And now the Mavericks are able to get an exit, but Mertz is there. battling for the puck in the corner. Mavericks come around over to the left circle. Up to the left point. There's a shot through traffic, and they score. That was a shot from the left defenseman. Lots of bodies in front of the net. Guessing Severson didn't have a good, clean look at that one, and they get it through traffic to the back of the net. Give them a 3-1 lead with 12:59 remaining in the second period. There's Purdue making a move and having it taken away. Mavericks going the other way. They gain the SDP zone, go right around Beeler and fire a shot high, and all the way around. They hold the zone at the blue line, shoot into their own skater. Purdue pushes it out to neutral ice. Purdue loses the stick. The Mavericks make a move, get the puck into the slot. And it is controlled by SDP. It was Maverick Johnson that fanned on the pass attempt. Now Graff takes it, pushes it in. SDP needs to get in on the forecheck. Graff dumps it in. Kind of an awkward change situation there. The benches here for the at Doug Woog Arena have one door on the far edge and one door kind of in the middle. And with a lot of the boys bunched together in between the two doors. There's the Mavericks making moves, getting it in to the SDP zone before Keegan Green takes it away, sends it wide to Hiscari. Hiscari flips it ahead. Bench calling for SDP to forecheck harder. There's Scribner on the back check, knocking another Maverick skater to the ice. There's a shot saved by Severson. Now the puck comes up to the point. Shot blocked by Scribner. Mavericks control behind the net. Get it up to the right point. Puck is deflected and a whistle. Slashing is the call. Let's see who it goes against. Looks like that's SDP going to the box. That'll be Drake Ogborn. Called for the slash. He will spend two minutes sitting, and SDP will be forced to kill a penalty. There's a low shot saved by Severson, goes over to the wall. Now up to the right point. Lots of bodies in front of the net. Blocked shot by Mertz. And the clearing attempt by Price is blocked by a Maverick skater. They hold the zone. Now it goes up to the right point. He makes a move. He gets to the slot and he scores. Another grade A shot opportunity given up by the SDP defense. Mavericks make us pay. And that'll give them a 4-1 lead. Graff now into the corner. In the Mavericks zone. Royston behind the net. Flips it up ahead to Beeler. Beeler back down towards Royston off of his stick. Scribner takes it away behind the net. He's trying to wrap it around, and it was headed for the open side of the net, but a Mavericks skater got his stick on it. Mertz's trip, and no call there. Mavericks gain the SDP zone, and a shot off of an SDP stick goes behind the net. And Mavericks fire to the slot. There's a shot, loose puck. Scribner takes it away, using his body to protect the puck. Gets it out to neutral. Ice before it goes back in. Henry Graff pushing it ahead to Scribner. TJ Scribner gains the zone. Shoves another Mavericks skater to the ice. Beeler with a rip from the point. That's sitting loose. The Mavericks goaltender was having trouble securing it, but we did not have anybody there to play the rebound. .8:35 to go. Period number 2. Johnson centering Purdue and Haley. Snyder, Nogborn at the points. Right off of the draw. Haley with a backhand shot that was up high and saved. The goaltender of the Mavericks. Now it comes out to neutral ice. Ogborn making moves. Gains the zone. Sends it to Haley. Haley to the backside. Oh, and Ogborn just couldn't get a stick on it there. Another shot. Loose puck. Mavericks are able to get it out to center ice. Snyder dumps it in. Mavericks able to get an exit. Ogborn now retreating into his own end, making moves, stick handling. Loses the puck. Mavericks take it away at the blue line. They gain the SDP zone and fire and score. That was a heck of a shot by the Mavericks skater. They made a move right around Snyder and hit the top corner for the 5th goal. 7:20 to go in period number 2. Still plenty of time left, but SDP needs to get going. And there's another goal. This was an issue in the second period yesterday, and it's continued to be an issue today, is not protecting the house, letting pucks and opposing skaters get into the grade A scoring area too frequently and too easily. Scary battling for it along the boards, pushes it up ahead. Now off the skate of the official. Dumped in to the Maverick zone by Keegan Green. Luke Jackal in on the forecheck. Mavericks are able to get it out to neutral ice. Beeler takes a tumble. And a whistle. Perhaps that was an offsides call. Scribner, Mertz, Royston on the ice along with Snyder and Ogborn. Ogborn, the pivot to his backhand side, falls down. Mavericks in the right circle, send it up ahead. Royson takes it away, moves it out to Scribner. Scribner carries in, gets it to Mertz. Mertz with a shot, and he hits the post. One of the first grade A opportunities SDP has had, and Cooper Mertz rings the iron. Now the puck goes all the way back into the SDP end. Royson battling for it along the boards. Ogborn now going down to fight for it in the corner. Pass up to the circle, and the Mavericks fan on their shot attempt. Mertz not able to exit. Puck goes out of play. And that'll be a neutral ice draw with 4:59 to go in the second. Actually, I take that back. We have reached running time because of the 5-goal differential. Many tournaments start running time at a 6-goal differential, but this particular tournament starts running time with a 5-goal lead until such time as the lead becomes less than 5. So SDP needs to score to get back to stop time. Draw one to Purdue. Purdue chips it down the ice and ices the puck because he was on the wrong side of the red line. And now we'll go down for a D-zone draw. And that takes valuable time off the clock as the officials discuss something. Puck tied up off of the draw. Price pushing it ahead. Mavericks take it away at the blue line, hold the zone. Attacker Schmidt going down to the corner. Mavericks come out with it, get it up to the right point. They get a shot and right into the belly of Severson for a save. A whistle, but not a stoppage. Clock continues to tick. 3:23 to go in the second. Puck on the ice. Kind of looked like Johnson wasn't expecting it yet, but he ends up with it. Gets it to Purdue. Purdue gains the zone. Fans on the shot attempt and goes to the corner. Haley. Backhand right to the Mavericks. Mavericks going the other way. Mavericks skaters circling, and there's going to be a whistle and a tripping call. That is a trip called against the Mavericks, and SDP will go to another power play. We really need to take advantage of one here to get back to stop time and get some sort of momentum going into the third. We send out Jackal, Hiscari, and Green along with Graff and Beeler. Beeler sends it in past Jackal down below the goal line. Mavericks wrap it around the boards. Graff sends it back in deep. Hiscari goes down to get it. Pivots again. Centers. Jackal off of the glove of the goaltender. And he sends it back up to the point to Beeler. Beeler with a high shot. It's loose. Dropped by the goaltender. Green with the goal! The Mavericks goaltender was having trouble securing rebounds. Has been all day. A valuable SDP goal. Scored by Keegan Green, assisted by Hiscari and Jackal. And with 154 to go in the second period, SDP has returned the game to stop time. Draft to Beeler. Beeler up off of the stick of Mertz. Scribner takes it away. Making a move, loose puck. Beeler picks it up in the circle. Shot! off of the goaltender and goes through the wide side. Graff takes it away, makes a move. A couple of physical collisions. Mavericks with a shot into Severson, who holds. 1:19 to go. SDP wins the draw. Looks like Ogborn sending it to Snyder. Snyder up ahead to Mertz. Mertz gets it to Scribner. Scribner gains the zone before the Mavericks take it away. They get an exit. They get through neutral ice. They gain the SDP zone. Ogborn going to the corner, battling there. Scribner pushes it over to Snyder. Snyder along the wall, back to Scribner. Off of his stick. Mavericks take it. And a low shot off the pad of Severson goes over to the wall. Now puck comes out to the right circle. SDP takes it away. Looks like Haley. Yes, Haley is joined the ice and gains the Mavericks zone. Briefly. Puck back out to neutral ice. Josh Price pushes it ahead. Now it's being battled for on the near boards. Goes down to the corner in the SDP zone.
Go Black!
And that will do it for period number 2. Billy Royce coaching up the boys at intermission. Hopefully he has 5 goals worth of words in him. But it's going to be up to the boys on the ice to make this happen. Mavericks tallied 4 goals in the second period. SDP tallied 1. And now the deficit is 4 that we have to make up in the third period. Purdue takes the puck up the ice. Falls down. Mavericks gain the SDP zone. Schmidt going over towards the Mavericks skater in the corner. Shot to the slot, interrupted by Purdue. Now the left point picks it up and shoots. That's off the blocker. Maverick Johnson sends it up ahead. Now up to the point. High shot floats into the net over Severson. And Purdue's going to get coached up on the bench. Because his responsibility is the left point. And he needs to get up there and contest that shot. Certainly don't want to allow a beach ball to find the back of the net, but we also want to contest the shot as well. And now we're back to running time. Mavericks moving the puck around deep in the SDP zone, down in the corner. Keegan Green fighting for it along the boards. He's able to push it ahead, push it all the way out to neutral ice. Mavericks take it back there. Graff sends it up ahead to Jackal. Jackal out of the reach of Hiscari over to the boards. Jackal pushes it into the Mavericks zone. And the Mavericks ice the puck. I'm just going to leave the camera right here because it's coming back down for an SDP offensive zone draw. 15 minutes to go. Clock continues to tick. Scribner centering Roysum and Mertz. Ogborn and Snyder are your blue liners for this shift. Scribner comes over and joins the battle on the boards. Now comes loose to Mertz. Mertz with a backhand shot. Saved by the goaltender. Ogborn brings it back up to the blue line. He gets it down to Scribner. Scribner in the corner. Makes a move. Shoots. And the goaltender had the post sealed there. Roysum getting it back up to Snyder at the point. Snyder with a shot. That's a high shot. Rebound, sitting loose. And the Mavericks are able to push it out. Ogborn able to hold the zone. He gets through. We have numbers. Ogborn with a shot. And that goes off the glove of the goaltender. Looked like he had Scribner on the back door if he wanted him. Ogborn sends it down deep. Poke check by the goaltender, sends it over to the left boards. And the Mavericks finally get us clear after some good offensive zone pressure by SDP. And they get it all the way down into the SDP zone where Scribner and Snyder are battling for it. Goes up ahead to Mertz. Now it comes to Ogborn. Ogborn pushes it ahead to Roysum. Roysum all alone in the Maverick zone with the puck as STP changes. Now Ogborn joins him. He's skating around behind the net. Banks it off the back of the net. Banks it off the goaltender with a backhand. And comes back around down to the corner to the quick trip sign. It'd be where the puck's taken away by the Mavericks. They gain the SDP zone. Purdue and Johnson battling for it. Now it comes loose. And Severson with a save. Yeah, they beat the Mavericks 62 yesterday. So whoever loses the Mavericks Lakers game this afternoon is who we're fighting. Haley moving the puck up ahead. Looked like Purdue was ahead of him into the zone. Now Purdue tries to get a shot off. That was blocked by the stick of the Mavericks. Purdue up to Schmidt. Schmidt floats one into the goaltender. Oh! And that's a goal. Looks like Tacker Schmidt will get credit for that one from Purdue. He floated a shot in that looked like it was going to be handled fairly easily by the goaltender, and somehow it found the back of the net. We will take it. Clock stops with 11:48 to go in the third. Mavericks run over Luke Jackal off of the draw and send in a shot. It's deflected down to Severson. There's a dangerous opportunity. Puck's still loose. Goes down to the corner. Now behind the goal. Keegan Green picks it up there in the corner. He's looking for an outlet. Mavericks take it away. And Green backhands it right to the Mavericks. pushes ahead to the boards. Graf battling for it. Keegan Green comes out with it. Green off of the stick of Hiscari. He deflects it ahead into the Maverick zone. They're able to get it out, get an exit in the SDP zone. 2-on-3. And a high shot, and it goes off of Severson and off the crossbar. Green sends it right to the Mavericks. It's been a theme today, not any one player, but SDP just sending the puck right to the opposing team way too often. Pass it to the boys in black. There's a shot that goes wide. Graf tangled up with a Mavericks skater, gives him a shot to the back of the head as they were holding onto his skate, not letting him get up. Jackal dumps it in, loses his stick in the process. SDP changing all 5 on the fly. Gets it over to Mertz. Mertz off the stick of Royson to Scribner. Scribner making a move to the backhand. Sends it off of the pad of the goaltender. Held by Ogborn. Shot up high in the air. Royson goes down to play it along the boards. Scribner tries to deflect it up to Snyder at the point. Mavericks got their stick on it, took it away. They dump it in on net off the pad of Severson. Snyder up ahead to Royson. Ogborn picks it up, dodges the official, uses him as a screen. Ogborn. What's the call here? Tripping? Where are they taking for a trip? That's a Mavericks skater going off for a trip. That'll be an SDP power play. And with 9:10 remaining in the third period, SDP will get a 2-minute man advantage. Mavericks bench once again having some words for the officials. Officials convene amongst themselves, go back to the Mavericks bench, deliver whatever message they need to, and now we will play hockey. Maverick Johnson centering Purdue and Haley. Mavericks get a clear. And a heavy check delivered by the Mavericks. They'll go to the box again. That was Tacker Schmidt being checked into the boards. And we will have a minute 42 of 5-on-3 hockey. .850 remaining in the third period. Price at the point. Price moves it over to Schmidt. Schmidt sends it in. And a clear by the Mavericks. Right on net. Off the stick of Severson. He plays it softly over to the side where Price picks it up. Price moves it up ahead to Haley. Haley sends it in. Attempts to. Mavericks block it. Send it back out to neutral ice. Joshua Price skating it in, offsides. Jackal, Hiscari, and Green now on the ice, along with Graf and Beeler. Graf gathers himself in his own end, comes through neutral ice with speed, gains the Mavericks zone, carries it around, making moves, gets it to Jackal. Jackal, the low shot, deflected, sitting loose. Let's get there, boys. Looked like we were sitting and watching the rebound. Let's move our feet and get into the dirty areas and put that into the back of the net. Green dumps it in to Beeler, down in the corner. 18 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Now it comes up to Graf. Graf, backhand over to Jackal. Jackal with a shot that gets sent down to the corner by the pad of the goaltender. Graf sends it down. Mavericks with a clearing attempt. They get one skater back. And the puck was played with a high stick. 12 seconds left of 5-on-4 for SDP with 7:04 to go in the third. And Hiscari is going to the bench. Apparently that wasn't a played with a high stick signal, but an actual high sticking signal. He must have hit somebody with his stick. I did not see that. Not saying it didn't happen, just didn't see it. So 4-on-4 hockey for 7 more seconds, followed by a Mavericks power play that SDP will have to kill. Not ideal with a 4-goal deficit, to say the least. Ogborn sends it up ahead. Scribner battling for the puck in neutral ice. Mavericks come out with it. Make a pass, gain the SDP zone, send a high shot over the net. Ogborn clears out to neutral ice. Mavericks regroup in their own end. Mavericks score. Skated fairly easily and uncontested into the circle and painted the corner above the glove of Severson. And if there's one area of this game that has made a big difference on the scoreboard, it's been the Mavericks converting on their power play opportunities and SDP not converting on theirs. Both have had plenty of time with the man advantage, but the Mavericks converting at a much higher clip with the man advantage. And there's another goal. Mavericks had it in the high slot. Severson came up to play that. They got it down low, got it behind him, and we are back to running time. 5:30 remaining. Mavericks with a wraparound attempt. Sitting loose. Severson saves it, freezes it. Pile of bodies in front of the net. We will untangle that and have a D-zone draw. Mavericks change all 5. Scribner taking the draw for SDP, and Mavericks win it up to the point. They fan on a pass attempt. Price battling for it in the corner. Scribner takes it out from behind his own net. Makes a move through neutral ice. And offsides. .4:10 and ticking in the game. Graf over to Beeler. Beeler to Purdue. Mavericks take it in their own end, get it out to neutral ice, dump it into the SDP zone. Graf over to Haley on the boards. Haley has his pass blocked, gets it out to neutral ice, and it is chipped back in by the Mavericks, or Beeler will send it up to Haley. Haley gets knocked down. Maverick Johnson sends it up ahead in the direction of Purdue. Purdue gets it in the zone and right to Haley for a one-timer that's saved. Nice play. A good save by the goaltender. Johnson sends it up ahead to Haley. Haley sends it to Purdue. Purdue loses the puck. And Haley loses an edge, falls to the ice. Mavericks take it into the SDP zone. Puck taken away by Maverick Johnson. He pivots in neutral ice, sends it across ice, but Purdue is changing, and the Mavericks take it away there. Now Maverick Johnson gaining the zone. He's got Beeler. He gets it to Haley. Beeler's still on the backside, and he scores. SDP goal for JJ Beeler, assisted by Haley and Johnson. Go ahead. One and a half minutes remaining. Still running time. And as we head to the afternoon, SDP is going to have to find a different gear, play a different brand of hockey this afternoon, because we play the formidable 2014 Machine Black team of Minnesota made this afternoon. They beat these Mavericks 6-2 yesterday, so we will have our hands full again. It's going to be up to our boys to move the puck to each other more efficiently, keep it off the stick of the opposing team, and convert on our opportunities to score when we get them. Not to mention getting bodies on bodies in our own defensive end, preventing some of the grade A shot opportunities that we've given up in these last two games. Time will tick off. And that will do it. Not the result we wanted today. Hope to see a better effort out of the boys this afternoon. That game is 1:30. Right back here at Doug Woog Arena, South St. Paul. Thanks for tuning in.